Hey guys, I brought some helpers along with me today to teach our art lesson. So say hi to Bella and Lila. All right, so Bella did our awesome example today of our perspective drawing. So this is the example that she made for us. So as you can tell, we have rolling hills with trees and a nice little sunshine in the back. So our hills up front are gonna look bigger, and then they're gonna get smaller as we go to the back ones. And same for our tree, we're gonna do one tree towards the towards the front, and then one towards the back. And that just gives us perspective in our drawing to show things in the front as well as show things in the back. So I thought this was a fun drawing we can do today. To be creative, do whatever colors you would like, and use markers or crayons or whatever you would like today. So let's get started. All right, girls, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna follow Bella's example. So I'm gonna start here at the bottom right of my paper, and I'm going to draw my biggest hill. So this is gonna be our fattest hill, starting about here and coming down to the middle of the page. And then I'm going to draw my lines a little bit further apart on this one because this is my biggest hill, so my lines are going to be a little further apart to make it look bigger. As we go to our hills in the back, we're going to do our lines closer together. Just like this. How's it coming, girls?
Great.
Awesome. And this drawing definitely does not have to be perfect. As you can tell here, our lines are not straight. They're nice and squiggly. So that gives lots of room for error, so don't worry about doing yours perfect. Just make it fun and creative. Bring this in a little closer so you guys can see my lines a little better. All right, so we should have our biggest hill here. Now I'm gonna use blue, but you guys use whatever color you want. I'll put this here. Okay, so starting kind of in the middle of your first hill, you're gonna draw a wavy line to the edge. Now same on this, so we're gonna draw our lines going down. Like I said, doesn't have to be perfect. We're still keeping our lines a little bit far apart, not as close together as we'll get once we go to the back. Giving everybody a little time to catch up here. You can always go back on the video once we're done. Okay, so for our next hill, we're gonna come up a little bit in our scene, maybe 2 inches above here. I'm gonna draw a nice, just wavy line here. So you can tell it's just a little bit of space here, and then it's a bigger gap here.
What is it?
Now for these lines, we're gonna go across. So just kind of follow, start at the top of your line and follow the first line, and just work your way down. And don't worry about the trees that were in our picture. We're gonna do those last. So once we get all of our lines drawn, we'll go back and add our trees. All right, for my next one, I'm gonna go in with pink. And once again, you don't have to follow my colors. You do whatever colors you want. So for this one, I'm gonna go up a couple inches from my green line on this side. And I'm gonna do about half of my page, and then I'm gonna come down to my green. Okay. Now for these, we're gonna start making our lines get a little closer together because it's smaller in the back. So like I said, just nice little lines. They don't have to be perfect or follow each other. I know my markers are a little bit light.
Because they don't show on camera.
Hopefully you guys can see. I'm a little closer, there you go. Okay, then let's see. I'm gonna go back to my purple again. Now this hill, it's pretty much even with the pink one I just did. Kind of balancing it out and then just go down to the pink. Okay, this we're gonna draw our lines again. I hope you guys are doing fun things with all these artworks we've done, either like hanging them up somewhere or sending them maybe to a grandparent or a friend. All right. You can tell our lines started out far across and now they're getting smaller, smaller, smaller. Okay, we're gonna do one last hill. And this is just gonna kind of do a big bump right in between our other two, like this. And then these are gonna be our closest together lines. Just like that. All the way across. All right, so now we have all of our pretty hills here. Next, what we're gonna do is with our yellow, or if you want your sun to be a different color, I guess you could do a different color. So kind of not quite in the middle of our page, but let's go over just a little bit. Let's draw a circle. Okay, ooh, that's really hard to see because it's yellow, but it's there. And then let's color in our sun. There, now you can see it a little bit more on my page. All right, so there is my sun. Now we're just gonna start drawing circles around circles here. So just kind of outline your sun. And then let's do about, I don't know, let's say 5 right now. 5 circles around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's do a few more, maybe 6. 6 circles around. Let's do one more. Okay, so that'll be, let's do about 7, 8 circles around. Okay, So there we have our sun outlined. Then we're gonna go back with orange. Same thing, just circles around circles around circles. Now when you get to the edge of your page and you can't finish your circle, that's okay. It kind of comes off the page. I'll show you what I mean here. You can see in Bella's example, see how the orange just starts to kind of come off the page. So that is fine. Just do our circles. All the way around. So that's 3 for me. Let's do 4. Maybe 5. Bless you.
Thank you.
6. Looking good, girls. And 7. Bless you.
Thanks.
Okay, so I did 7 oranges. Then we're gonna go to our red. And you can tell our page is almost complete. Full, full, full. Just finish that corner off. All right, so here is our pretty much complete picture for our background. Now when you'll really start to see the perspective is when you add the trees. So first let's start with our big tree. So our big tree is going to be coming off of our green hill or whichever hill you did here, the one that goes straight across. Okay? So what I want you to do is just draw a line down and then another line down for the tree trunk. You can kind of do it like that so we see it going down. And you can fill that in now or fill it in later. I'm just going to fill it in a little bit so I can keep going through the video. All right, so we have that. Then you're going to just draw some branches coming out from your tree. Now remember, this is our biggest tree, so our other one is going to be much smaller. Okay, and so you want to thicken those up and then kind of add little branches coming off of them. You don't have to follow mine exactly, just do whatever you think. Just like that. Okay, so now we have our little tree here. Like I said, you can thicken that up and make it darker, like Bella did hers, like this. Okay. Now our next tree is going to be coming off of this little hill at the top, and it's going to be about half the size because we want it to look like it's far in the distance. So I'm going to draw about half the size of my trunk. Fill that in for you. And then we're going to have our tree branches coming off. About half as big as our last one. All right, so you can see here is my second tree. Like I said, it's about half the size of my other one. So it looks like we have one really big tree, one little bitty tree. And because it is springtime, I'm gonna change it up a little bit. On my branches, I'm gonna add some little leaves. coming out of my branches. And like on our trees, these little leaves are gonna be bigger than if you do little leaves coming off of this tree, because we want them to be proportional to the size of our tree. You don't have to add leaves. I just thought since all of our trees are blooming around us, we should add some little leaves on our tree. Looks good, guys. How's it coming? Good job. All right, we are almost done here. That's about all I'm gonna do. I'll let you guys finish up on your own at home. Show you my final one. Well, if I can get it off of my, I can get it off. Here, I have to rip it a little bit. All right, so here is our final artwork today. Bella did hers with Sharpie, so it's much brighter and darker. Another fun idea would be to color in, like with a light crayon, you could kind of color in the background of all your circles. Of all your lines. That might make it a little brighter too. But hope you enjoyed our video. Here's Lila's. Fun video. Let's see yours, Belle.
I'm not finished. I haven't finished the trees.
Okay. All right, thanks.